How's it going, everybody? Welcome to the Positive Mindset Podcast, where we come together to raise our vibration, lift our perspective, and build that positive mindset. My name is Henry, and I'm so thankful to have each and every one of you here today because we're going to talk about one of the most important things that you must do if you want to have that positive mindset. But before we get started, we're going to take a few moments to slow down, zero in. We're going to take some deep healing meditative breaths to help us align on the frequency that we want in our lives. So you can pick a word. We love, joy, happiness, abundance, whatever frequency you want. And we're going to take a deep breath in. And as you're breathing in, you're going to say that word over and over and over again. Really charge yourself up with that energy. And then as you're holding your breath, visualize yourself doing something in that frequency. And once you exhale, anything that no longer resonates with you will leave you and you'll be in a more positive state. So let's go ahead and take a deep breath in. And out. We're going to take another deep breath. This one's about alignment, about getting ourselves in receiving mode so that we can receive the message that we need to hear to get us in that positive perspective. So just imagine that you are surrounded by the most healing, uplifting energy that's meant specifically for you. It could have a certain color, a certain taste, a certain smell, however you imagine it. And when you breathe it in, it's going to charge you up. It's going to break down that negativity, the blocks, the weight, everything that's just been holding you back. And once you exhale, anything that no longer resonates with you will leave you and you'll be in that more positive state. So let's go ahead and take another deep breath in. And out. So before we get started, if you enjoy this message or there's something that you take away, you can actually leave a message down below if you're on Spotify. Those comments not only help me feel connected to you, but somebody might read your comment and it might inspire them to give the episode a listen. Also, I want to make this the #1 mindset podcast in the world. And the best way that I know to do that is together. So if something resonates with you and you know someone that might benefit from it, sharing it would mean the world to me. So thank you so much for that. And let's dive into today's message. So how do you build this positive mindset? How do you become someone that has positive energy and ultimately lives a positive life? There's so many things that go into this, but there's one, and this one thing, if you do not do, it will not happen. It doesn't matter how many books you read. It doesn't matter how many modalities or things that you learn or processes to get you in a positive state. It doesn't matter how much meditation you do. It doesn't matter any of it if you don't do this one thing. And that's showing up for yourself. Meaning you are not going to want to do this every single day. You are not going to be inspired to be your higher self every day. It's always a choice, and showing up for that choice is where the fulfillment comes from. Showing up for that choice is where the pride is going to come from. Showing up for that choice is ultimately where the inner peace is going to come from. This world is chaotic. Things are happening outside of your control. There's hurt, there's pain, there's people that do good things, there's people that do bad things, there's loss, there's mourning, there's grief, there's all these things in this world. The only thing that you get to choose, the only thing that you truly get to control is what you show up as. You will go through hard times in this life. You will suffer loss. That's a part of the experience. But it's up to you on how you navigate through it. You see, you can show up for you. You know that there's multiple perspectives. If you've listened to this podcast for any amount of time, perspective is always what I say sets you free. You see, it's not as it is, it's always as you are. That includes the world, that includes the situations, that includes the struggle, that includes the pain. The pain is not as it is as you are, meaning it affects you based on your frequency, not based on its. You can have an interaction with somebody and have a takeaway from how that person is. Someone else can have an interaction with that same person and have a different takeaway. It's not the person, it's you. It's the person interacting. It's always you and your choices, how you show up in every moment. When you're feeling low, show up as your higher self, meaning force, push, control your thoughts. Manually put in positive I am statements. Manually find the positive perspective in any situation. That is choosing to be your higher self. You're not your higher self by default. That's why we're here. This whole experience that we're having that we call life is a consistent opportunity to choose to be the higher you. Because the world is always going to give you the options to be lower you. It could be with the way you eat, eating low frequency foods. It could be with the way you think, the people that you're around, being around low frequency thoughts or low frequency people. It could be the way that you do things with low frequency energy. It could be the way that you think about self with low frequency energy. There are always choices to be your higher self. It's always if you are going to decide to show up for you or not. We show up for ourselves because that's the gift. That's the gift from God. That's the gift from the universe. Whatever you see it as, your higher self is what we're meant to be. We were crafted with so much love that we have the ability to become this amazing thing in a broken world. In a hurt world, you can be the healing. In a lost world, you can be the direction. In an empty world, you can be the fulfillment. By choice. You weren't gifted this positive mind that always is positive all the time and no matter what happens, you see the good. No. You are gifted with a journey to allow you to level up. You are gifted with the opportunity to fail. You are gifted with the opportunity to be less. If you are gifted with the chance to be less, that means you were given the opportunity, the belief, the love to be more. If you could only be more and there was no way you could be less, then that's not free will. That's not true expansion of love. You see, love gives you the opportunity to expand in whichever way you decide. That's true love. True love is allowing you to make the choice. You can be low frequency. You can be high frequency. You're not better for being high frequency. You're not worse for being low frequency. It's all the journey. It's all going the same way. Eventually, we'll go through enough lessons where we'll change our ways. Eventually, the world, the earth will come back again and again and present us with these negative frequencies to the point where we can't stand it and we will choose to be our higher selves because it's where the calling is. We are called to be that. We were that at one time even, I believe, but we fail. We went away from it. We went to the darkness. We went to the low frequency to truly understand. You see, you can't understand love if that's all you know. If you only knew love, if you're only surrounded by love, then you just understand it by default. If you only understood wealth because everyone around you is wealthy, you were born into wealth, then you don't truly understand it because you don't know what it's like to create it where it's absent. You don't know what it's like to put love where it doesn't exist. You don't know what it's like to create it within you when you're empty. That's the choice that you get to show up for every single day. It is an opportunity. It is love. It is a gift because you are more than this life experience. You are more than you. I am more than Henry. This Henry, this body, this person came from the dirt, is going to live for hopefully 80 something years, and then it's going to go back to the dirt. The body is not what gives me life. My energy, my soul, my spirit is what gives it life. So it's here for a journey. It's here for an experience. It's here to grow. This is a gift. This, all the negative, all the bad, all the hurt that you see in the world that maybe you've even experienced in the world in your past or right now, whatever it is a gift because you get to choose to be different. If something were to take away the choice, if the universe were to say everything is love always, if God was to say you're only in heaven, you're only in peace, you're only in this, then you are not you. You are not an expansion of energy. You are controlled. And yes, it would be great. It would feel good, but then you would not have the true feeling of love. You would not be what you are, which is a creator. You would just be a mirror. You are not a mirror. A lot of us operate in the mirror status. We travel in that frequency of just reflecting what's around us. But when you choose to be your higher self, you no longer become the mirror and you become the creator that you are. You align your thoughts, your frequency with high level things, and then you create it in the world around you. You bring love within you and you bring it to the world. You have been gifted this life. All the pain is for you because of who you become. That version that you can become, there is no better feeling. There is no car. There is no salary. There is no money. There is no person. There is nothing that can give you the fulfillment that you give yourself by becoming your higher self. So look at it that way. Practice gratitude to connect you with the highest energies and bring them within you. Realize that you have a choice. And the person that shows up for themselves, the person that shows up with every single decision to be their higher selves, lives in that high energy, is fulfilled with that higher energy, and becomes the rising tide that lifts all ships. Well, thank you so much for listening. I hope this episode was impactful and gave you a positive perspective on whatever it is that you're going through, and hopefully allows you to move forward without just the motivation and by choice. If you want to make sure you don't miss a single episode, make sure you subscribe to my email list. If there's a link down below, if you sign up, you'll get updates on every single episode. And if you want to follow me on social media, there's my Instagram, TikTok, and Facebook group all down below. And if you listen to this episode and you're ready to take your mindset to the next level, you want to become someone that knows how to make the choice, that can navigate life and become the high frequency version of you. This is what I do. I'm a mindset coach. I help people build that clarity within their lives. I help people see what it is that they truly want to become and then make the decisions every single day to receive as that version. If you want more information on this, you can reach out to me via Instagram, or there's a link down below. If you fill that out, I will get back to you and we can talk about how this program could be right for you. Well, thank you so much for listening. Have a great day, and I can't wait to talk to you next time.